Hi everybody, good morning, and this is my last video of my 5-day series on how to recover or learn new things about your broken heart and grief. Now, as you can see, I've drawn a very silly drawing of a person in jail here, because this is what grief does. This is what happens to people that are grieving. By grief, we mean anybody with a broken heart, anybody that's hurting, and that can be from a death, a divorce, a job loss, financial issues, to broken hopes, dreams, expectations, wishing things had ended differently, or wanting something that's better or more than you have. And even happy events can cause grief issues, because when you have a baby, wonderfully happy event, such change happens afterwards, and it can cause massive confliction for people, which can then lead to grief. So this picture here of this person in jail is drawn because, as you can see from the picture, that person can leave jail at any time, because all they've got to do is let go of the bars that they're holding on to. There's no bar in front of that person. They've literally got to let go. And I use this because it's really helpful in illustrating that grief keeps us holding on to these bars that we put up because something has happened to us, but then because we keep holding on to them because of our belief system, because we don't reach out, or we do reach out and we hear a whole set of stuff that keeps us trapped in this jail. We call those the myths of grief. So this information keeps us holding on, and all we've got to do is let go of those prison bars. And we can do that by learning what to do when something bad happens to us. You see, we've been taught lots of stuff. We've been taught academics, we've been taught behavior, how to behave at a dinner table, we've been taught how to tie our shoelaces up, we've been taught a myriad of things. But when it comes to emotions, when it comes to our broken heart, when something bad happens to us, we're not taught. We just get taught what our parents tell us, and they got taught by what their parents told them, and then society's beliefs prop that up. There's no race or tribe on this planet that knows what to do about grief. Everybody has their own versions of what to do about death, what to do about funeral arrangements, what to do about any religious process or spiritual process. But when it comes to grief, we're just flapping around in the dark. And this prison cell, you have to let go of. But of course, you have to want to let go of the prison cell first. And I presume if you're listening or interested in this work, then that could be you. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be looking for the answers. You'd be happy to stay where you were, or unhappy to stay where you are, but not wanting to do anything about it. You might have already reached out and tried counselling or some form of therapy. Now, that's great. But not everybody finds the counselling process is helpful. And so if that's you, then this work might just be for you. So these prison cells are the constructs of what we've been told to be true about grief and our broken heart, what society has told you to be true about grief and your broken heart, plus your own belief systems about what's right and wrong and what you can change and can't change. But grief is learned. It's how you respond to grief is just purely learned. And there is another way that you can do this. There is another approach that can be done. This stuff helped me. This knowledge helped me move beyond my grief. I've had huge amounts of grief, as you probably read through and seen some of my previous videos. And this work works, and it really does help. And I hope that some of the information that I've shared with you in this 5-minute series has been helpful in showing you that there is another way to deal with how you feel. Now, sometimes grief isn't just about after a death or a divorce or a breakup. It can be something that happened, as I said to you in a video 1 or 2 of this week. It can have happened a long time ago, and you just be left now with this feeling of malaise and lethargy and just not feeling so good and not having motivation, not having daily joy about being alive, no matter what has happened to you. You are allowed to be happy. You are allowed to feel joy again. And indeed, you know, you should be feeling those things eventually. That is what life is for, living. It doesn't matter. Your past does not define you. What you've gone through does not define how you choose to live today. There is another way that you can work through your pasts to keep you present. And I hope that some of the series that I've done has maybe inspired you or motivated you a bit to know that this can happen and that this is the case. So I'll be posting some more videos over the next couple of days to talk about a program that I'm opening up where I'm looking for 4 people to personally mentor and take through this process. I might open it up to a couple more, maximum of 6, but at the moment I'm just looking for 4 so that I can take you through over the next year from where you are now into an entirely different place in your life. But I'll be talking about that a bit more tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I'll be speaking to you some more tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you.